we are in the presence of a celebrity right now. This is
We are.
She did the Super Bowl commercial with Bill Murray and G.
That's it right there.
This is it. This is the one that started it all.
You planned that.
No, I didn't, but yeah, that's cool.
Could we be in line for something funny to come out of the mouth?
Just might happen.
What a little key.
She's the best.
Everyone deserves to feel their best. Everyone deserves to move their best and not have pain.
I'm a little upset that Ben got like 2 inches taller because he's already tall, dark, and handsome enough.
Culture is something we think about like all the time at Strookies. You know, we're all coming from different cultures.
Our comments have exploded through the roof. So there you go.
I have to laugh. Welcome to Lancaster Connects episode 108. We've got a fun one. I have to laugh at the way we end our intro every time.
Right.
Look up the episode for Whiff Roasters. We're going to keep it family friendly each episode. But when I say our comments have exploded, there was a really funny moment in that episode that, you know, you have to go check out. So go back to that episode. It's the one with Whiff Roasters. It's fantastic. We had a lot of fun.
It's like 10 to 14-year-old humor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm 44.
Well, that's true.
I'm 44 and I find it funny.
Well, and the people commenting are, in that age bracket as well.
Yeah.
It's definitely a must. A top 10 Lancaster Connects moment?
100%.
Yeah.
Maybe like top 5.
It was
number 2.
It was pretty funny. We've got a show to do today.
Well, yeah, that's right.
Two great guests.
We have 2 amazing guests. I think we're having a lot of fun. It's been a podcasting kind of day. We had a whole great talk about where our podcast has been and where it's going.
Speaking of past guests and
John
where it's
Harrisman.
been, John Harrisman.
John Harrisman got a new pickup truck.
Oh,
I saw it in passing. I was on the go and I meant to comment on it. It's an old Ford blue truck.
Oh,
I bet you it's the infamous inline 6, judging from the body and the wheels.
Yeah.
I'm a Ford truck guy,
Yes,
especially
you
the
are.
old ones.
Yes, you are.
Congrats on the new truck, John. I'm sure you'll love it. Anyway,
Yeah.
something about a truck.
Sounds like a song.
It is a song. It's a country song. It is a country song. It's been a podcasting kind of day. We had a whole great meeting this morning with the team, with amazing producer Chris from Cast Ahead. So he was kind enough to give us some more time, along with Stephanie from Bennis Communications, about where we're going with the show. And so we're going to pause the prizes for the next couple weeks because we want to enhance every aspect of the show. And so if you're a business and you want us to highlight your business on the show, help us help you. Let's talk about that. Reach out to us. Ben at gardenersmattressandmore.com or Jeff at gardenersmattressandmore.com, and or just DM us here through the show channels. But let's talk about how we can highlight your business. Maybe that's a wonderful gift basket that we can show, kind of like this, right? Like that, like a 10% off coupon, not all that exciting. Something you could like do that with. It's a little more exciting.
Where was Chris with the sound effect?
But I almost got you.
It was close. It was close.
But no, if we can hold up something fun that you think our listeners would like, that would put your company in a great spotlight, let's talk about that. All right. Because we're always looking to level up the show, make it more connected for the community, for the people who do business here, the people who help our community. And so we'd love to be able to do that.
It's good stuff.
It is good stuff.
I love where we've been with the show, and of course, love where we're going to take it.
Yep.
So,
well, and the focus is to do good for the community. And
Yep.
you're a little sweaty right now.
I am a little sweaty.
Why?
Well, 5 minutes ago, we were starting the show. I was struggling to figure out why I was sweaty, but then only 10 minutes before that, we were moving 20, 25 mattresses out of our trailer into an area next to the garage door, because in about an hour and 15 minutes or so, Off the Streets is going to come. We're donating almost 25 to 30 mattresses to them. They are mattresses that we've had for a little bit, I guess, kind of overbought.
It's just a donation.
We're donating a bunch of mattresses, and the great thing there is there's going to be 25 or more people using a brand new mattress donated by us. And of course, Off the Streets, their mission to get people of course, off the streets into affordable housing, and they help furnish the house. And we are often giving them mattresses, pillows, sheets, mattress protectors, that sort of thing. You see all the, it's a volunteer run and led organization, and they just do a phenomenal job. I think every weekend they're moving somebody into a new place, which is, when you think about all the coordination that needs to happen there, it's a big undertaking. And again, all the volunteers do an amazing job there for the Lancaster community.
I was at their benefit back in the spring, and they were giving out numbers, and I forget exactly how the numbers broke down, but I made it a point to say to George Stadler and forget the gentleman.
Pat? Just Pat.
It's Pat, but it's the gentleman who started it in the church.
Yeah.
But I was commenting that, basically those numbers meant to, over the 10 years that they've been helping the Lancaster area get out of homelessness, basically they've gotten one person a day off the streets every day for the last 10 years. Is essentially what it amounted to.
Wow.
And
it's a big number.
Yeah, when you put it in that context, it is. And so we bring up the mattress donation simply because we're constantly focused on helping our community. We don't just take from our community by doing business with them. We look to give back, and mattress donations are one of those ways. The show is one of those ways to put highlight on great people and organizations that help our community. And so, without too much further ado, we've got like Battle of the Network Stars, I guess.
But the county,
but Battle of the Chamber of Commerce's North versus South.
Bitter rivals.
No battle.
Okay.
I yield to Liz. Oh, geez.
So on the screen up top, we've got Jona Green, who longtime friend of the show and fan of gardeners, customer of gardeners, but also represents the Southern Lancaster Chamber. Hello, Jona. And down below, we've got Liz Ackerman. We had Liz on maybe a few months ago, and we got interrupted by a fire alarm.
Building did not burn down. Building did not burn down. Same place, just like I told you as I was leaving. The building is not on fire, and I do not have to evacuate, but I did have to go help get things working again. So sorry about that, guys.
That's quite all right. We, our interview with you, the first round was cut short, so we felt we should bring you back and continue the story with you. So thanks for being on today.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, Jona, what is the Southern Lancaster Chamber of Commerce best known for?
The Southern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce is the last volunteer chamber standing. I have a full-time gig separate from being the president of the chamber, which I really appreciate. And so we cover the southern end. We overall define it by school districts. So we would say that we're Penn Manor, Lampeter, Strasburg, Solanco, and Pequay Valley. And but also beyond. I have members that come from Harrisburg and down near Philly because they do business here, and it's important to them to be represented in this area.
Fantastic.
So the chamber is, and when we talked to Liz, we got a little insight into the Northern Chamber, but I'm guessing it's the same with the Southern Chamber. It's a combination of members and businesses and nonprofits looking to connect. Is that correct? Maybe you can expand on that a little bit.
Yes, we have everything from solopreneurs, some multi-level marketing businesses, things like that, to the big dogs in the southern end, as far as like Susquehanna Ford, Lancaster General Hospital belongs, right? Lancaster General Penn Medicine is a member, and things like that. So, and really a lot of the power of the connections down here come through our nonprofits as well. The Solanco Neighborhood Ministries is very active, and they do a lot for the southern end because people down our way may have transportation issues to get to services in the city.
And
yeah, it's a hike down to your parts of the county,
and we like it that way, right? I want to see your effort to get past Willow Street. That's what it is.
There you go. I love it. So just a couple of detail sort of things. Where do you meet? How often do you meet? How can you be a member? That sort of thing.
So we have a monthly membership meeting We're the second Thursday in the morning. We're generally there at 7:30 at the DoubleTree, aka Willow Valley, depending on how long you've lived around here. We always have a meeting for women in business. We have a lunch and learn, and also we generally do a mixer, and those fall at different times in the calendar so we can give people different opportunities. What's really exciting is, I would say, we're pulling up the calendar because in September, our meeting is going to be at the Barnstormers, and we're meeting at night. It's, like chamber after dark. We have a rooster in the logo because we're a morning chamber. And that really, I think a lot of it comes from our agricultural roots down in the southern end, and also the fact that we get up early and then get to work. So
what time do your meetings start?
7:30 a.m. We had someone one time, a speaker was not there, and we're confused because we had confirmed and twice and we're in contact. He was coming to a meeting at the other 7:30.
Yes.
We're like, no.
Oh yeah, no. The Southern Lancaster Chamber people, they throw down a whole day and then some by 7:30 at night.
Liz does a lot of morning meetings too. Their chamber does. You guys have coffee in the morning. I got to get on that plan.
Yeah. So, Liz, tell us what the Northern chapter is best known for.
So I would say the Northern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce is really known for our events. We do a minimum of 5 a month, but here of late, it's been closer to 8 to 10. But the other thing that we're really known for that was recently told to me is our white glove service. So really what that boils down to is the focus on knowing every single one of our members, who they are, what their needs are, and how we can best support them. We really strive to help all of our members be able to make connections. And those connections then foster a stronger community. So between all of the events that we offer, which allow for those connections to be able to happen, in addition to the education that we provide, and really the focus on ensuring that anyone who is involved within our Chamber of Commerce has an opportunity to be able to thrive and connect and grow. We're really known for having that really personable service for our members. And considering we have over 465 now, it's something that we're very proud of, and we are always going to make sure it's in the forefront for us.
That's great.
Very good.
So how do the two chambers come together? What's the collaboration there? When do you get together? How do you help each other out? Can you talk a little bit about that?
I can start off. We actually did a combined business after hours with the Southern Lancaster County Chamber earlier this year at the Barnstormers. So the Barnstormers, I have to definitely really recognize that they are a Lancaster County business that truly understands and values involvement with all of the chambers of commerce. And so they are hugely supportive of all of the chambers, and they were our meeting place for a combined business after hours in the new Silver Retro Ball arcade that they have. And that was a great experience. But outside of that, we actually have a number of members who are members of both chambers of commerce. And so they are really strong advocates for chambers at large, and are always just encouraging other businesses or organizations that they are speaking to think about membership within the chambers of commerce, which is something that I know we value tremendously, and so does the Southern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce, because that's how we grow. And then the final way we work together is I have had the pleasure of being invited to come and to meet with the Southern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce's board, just to talk a little bit about what we were doing here up in the north that was gaining a lot of traction. They were very interested in seeing how we work with our members. And for me, it was really an honor to be asked to share my expertise. I guess I didn't know I had expertise in the chamber world, but apparently they thought I did. So having the opportunity to just come and talk about what we do and be able to help support them is great. I can't speak enough about the passion that they have in their chamber, particularly being totally volunteer led. That's a lot of work, and they definitely want to enhance Southern Lancaster County.
Well, you're kind of a big deal, Liz. You're kind of a big deal.
Well,
I
don't think so.
Well, you are. I love that you mentioned the Barnstormer Stadium. We've had Mike Reynolds and other representatives from the Barnstormers on it over the years. And that community hub, right? I mean, this past weekend they hosted a wrestling event.
I was going to say, they just had wrestling.
Wrestling. But the way they open their doors to organizations like this, all the nonprofits that they allow into their stadium to run various events, it's really unbelievable and really cool that we have a venue here that gets as involved as they do, because they don't have to do that, and they do, which is really, really cool. So, Jona,
that's one of the
I'm sure
things
you
that
have some
really
insights.
love. Clearly, people who join chambers are collaborators by nature, and so having the opportunity to work that across two chambers just amplifies what we both can, offer to members. We should really make a Venn diagram at one point of where those circles intertwine. I love that of the people who see the value of being a member in both chambers, because we do operate differently for the same purpose in a lot of ways. I got to tell you, Liz, if you're going to take white glove in the Southern Chamber, we're going to take work glove. There's a lot of stuff that we have a work glove policy for our members for sure. We do a lot of work together through fundraising and things like that, which I'm excited about, and also supporting each other's businesses, which is why there's so much crossover between both of our chambers. Because once you've decided that standing side by side with your fellow business owners brings more to all of you instead of competition, you want to find more ways to do that. And that's really a fantastic opportunity between both of our chambers. And everybody got to play pinball. There's no loss there.
Was there a South versus North pinball championship?
We didn't do that, but I think we both picked up members that night. I think that it was really eye-opening for members to see who they were doing business with that was also a member of whichever other chamber. And I know that we left with applications.
Liz, did you leave with applications? I'm really trying to pull out the whole competition thing here.
Well, you have to understand, I've actually actively given members to the Southern Lancaster Chamber. So if someone comes and they're reaching out about, hey, I heard about your chamber, interested in joining, and they actually are in Southern Lancaster County, the first thing I'm going to do is say, hey, there is a great chamber down in your area that you should definitely look into, and I will connect them to the Southern Lancaster Chamber, because the reality of the situation is people want to be connecting where they are and where they're doing business. And for a lot of our particularly small business owners, having to drive an extensive distance to be able to get to the programming and the events, that can be really a challenge. So you definitely want to be connecting them into their local area first. Now, obviously, we love having a diversity of members within our chamber from all over Lancaster County and beyond, just like the Southern Lancaster Chamber. But the way that I look at it at the end of the day is having businesses who are actively involved in their local chambers of commerce, whatever chamber that is going to be a huge benefit for the community at large, their local community, and then the larger community of Lancaster and beyond. So unfortunately, you're not going to get us to fight. I'm really sorry, Jeff, but it's just...
He's trying to break that.
York, though. We'll throw down against York. That's the way.
Okay.
There we go. Cross the river and put up the Dukes. That's great.
Yeah, North and South are buddies, but them Southern River folk, they can just march right back across the bridge.
Oh man. So it's funny. Liz, since you're there on the screen now, and this will be a question for both of you, what are some of the top priorities right now for the Northern Lancaster Chamber?
So some of our top priorities are really starting to take a look. Obviously, we have always been active in workforce development and providing opportunities for our members there. So that continues to be something that we're starting to take more of an active role in within our area, and really trying to help facilitate opportunities for conversations and connections there. We're starting to, because we've been continuing to grow, and we have a lot of momentum. We're starting to work more and more with organizations that can help provide more opportunities for our members, including the EDC of Lancaster County, the Federal Reserve Bank out of Philadelphia, and other initiatives that are starting to come to us that want to provide information and opportunities to our members. But I will say that our top priority, as always, really is our members and determining what their needs are, where they need support, and how we can provide that for them. That will always be the major focus of what we do. And through that, again, I always come back to those connections, but having multiple different ways for our members to be able to connect together. So whether that is talking about education or it's just straight networking, we're always going to be there for that.
Fantastic. Jona, so I don't think we got, so you can answer the same question, the top priorities for the Southern Chamber, but how did you come into the role of being president? And then you can share with people what your focus is on top priorities.
I would say for
Were you voluntold?
You know, like it's a like kind of a 4-year commitment is how it happens. You start as the vice president for 2 years and you're like, okay, sure, I'll help out. And then they're like, 2 years from now, you'll be the president. Oh, okay. You don't know what your life's going to look like then. You know, my boys were younger. Luckily, you know, now my boys are almost 16 and 19. And so I do a lot of parenting through text, which is really fantastic. It frees up my time for stuff like this. But I have a full-time gig. I work as a financial advisor, and I love the connection that I get from the chamber and the support and being able to give back to the community. That's really one of our big focuses, especially as a nonprofit chamber. We, you know, volunteer nonprofit. We give back a lot. Scholarships are a big focus for us. We have scholarships for business students at all of our school districts, but also a military scholarship. And that really came from the membership. It was fantastic to see someone who was a military mom and knew that that is an important function that's not being met in a lot of places. These families have expenses for sending a kid off to serve their country, and we want to be able to support that also, in addition to what's happening for students who have a mind towards business or entrepreneurship. So,
Fantastic.
That's really cool.
I never thought
the crystal ball was not in effect when I was like, sure, I'll come to the, you know, board meetings and hang out. That sounds like fun. You get to have breakfast. Okay, you got me.
Meanwhile, everybody's there like, we got one. We got her. She's in.
Yeah. And then, so that's it's a, you know, a 2-year term. So I'll be finished in March. And it is one of the real strengths, I think, of this chamber is that we get new ideas and new leadership and new people coming on the board, which is just, you know, amazing to me to see how collaborative everyone is and how much they want this to continue, because it's been a force in the Southern End for, this is better if I know how long that is, more than 50 years. I do know that. So, but also what really started out as kind of like that at one point, this chamber could have been titled the Quarryville Businessmen's Association. And what we've grown to encompass is really wonderful to see how many people are committed to it. We're not quite at 465, but we're over 200 members.
Yeah, fantastic. Great. And so I was going to ask a question just about right off the top of my head. Let me think if I can recall it. Oh, so on the note of when I said that they got you, they hooked you in. So it's not cliquish. It's not a inner circle. If you're a business owner that sees a way to impact the community, I'm guessing being a part of the chamber is a really great way to help bring your idea home locally, to get involved and get in the ears of more people.
And one of the things that I appreciate is that people have reached out recently, county commissioners and also other organizations that know that the chamber is the way to speak to the people in our area. And so we've had some great opportunities to connect people to the resources that they need, to get information for some government initiatives on the county level, and to really be able to lend support to good operations, which is what we want to do, whether it's business or things that benefit the community in general. National Night Out, I don't know if you guys participate in that. The Southern Chamber was 4 places for National Night Out, and it's just a super fun night for me to bounce between those operations and get to see what's happening in each of the communities. So fun.
Fantastic.
Liz, I'm curious. Across 400 plus members, I'm sure you hear of the things that the typical members or business owners, whatnot, the issues that they face.
Mm-hmm.
What can you highlight some of those issues, and then also maybe talk about how the chamber can help address some of those issues?
Sure. So the one that it's now kind of gotten to more of an even keel, which is great. But the one that we were hearing quite frequently across all industries, particularly the beginning of this year, was employment and hiring. Just the challenge in finding all the workers that they needed, finding the workers and training them. And so we really worked on helping to provide information on that. But most recently, we had our educational lunch series last week. Our chamber chat was talking basically about an employment update and hiring update for 2023 and where things stood. So with that, we brought in the EDC of Lancaster County to share relevant statistics on where things are with hiring and employment within the county, which is actually really, really strong. We have very low unemployment, which is part of the challenge for our employers. But the second thing that we also did was have 2 panelists, one Julia Groft from Manpower, which is a national employment company, and then also Valanda Banks from Liberty Employment Solutions, to really provide more perspective on what they were seeing and provide some information and tools for our members to be able to have an impact there. The other area that we will always hear for our businesses that is a challenge is transportation. When it comes to just available transportation within Northern Lancaster County, we do not have a lot of public transportation. And then also childcare, availability of childcare for our basically our members' employees. So those two are really hit home. And then of course, housing. Housing is also a challenge when it comes to what we need for our companies to be successful is employees. And we want to be able to bring those employees in. But if they don't have anywhere to live, and if they can't get around, and if they are really not able to have kids and be able to work at the same time, that has a huge impact on our communities. And that's just not Northern Lancaster County, as I'm sure you well know. That is across the board, not only in Lancaster County, but particularly in specific areas nationally. So for us as a Chamber of Commerce, while we can't solve those problems and we're never going to step forward and say, oh, we can handle this, it is more about getting the right people to the table to have different conversations to be able to address that. Yes, this is a defined problem, and how can we come together to find solutions? So hearkening back to what Jona was speaking towards, that's working with our local legislators in helping to facilitate those conversations and bringing together our business leaders to see how can we come up with solutions. And those solutions sometimes are going to come from the community and the business community. They're not necessarily going to come from government. And so that's where we really want to be, in that sphere of providing those connections for those opportunities to blossom.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge member benefit right there. I mean, you just named 3 or 4 things that, almost every business owner has faced one of those items probably within the last year,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then you're listening and you're actively going out and finding resources that may be of value to the members. I think that's fantastic.
So, Jona, as I understand it, you are involved with or have a women's and business committee in your
Yes.
in your chamber and chapter. Tell us about that.
So Women in Business really started alongside the chamber and then came in. We survived COVID. We were, meeting over Zoom for a, period of time. And we would meet in coffee shops and just really get together as a entrepreneurial spirit, like, and so for those opportunities to talk about what it's like to operate in this space, and also, take care of, things that are specific concerns for women. So we do some special events. We've done some marketing specific things, and we, invited the guys along because there was a lot of interest there. And so it's something that we focus on female entrepreneurs and women in business, but it's not exclusive to women.
Very good. And I'm going to take this moment to shout out that what Jona has done to launch her career in financial advisory. And I know you've got, my close personal friends that know me know I stay away from any kind of business that has any kind of federal regulations and oversights and alphabet agencies involved. And so I'm going to just delicately...
You can't see it weighing on me.
Right. So if you think that Jona's been being discreet or coy about what she does, it's because she has to for regulatory reasons. But I want to say this about Jona, and this is the perfect time. What Jona's been able to do in her career is astounding. I mean, we knew Jona from the Referral Partners Plus days, before her financial advisory career, and she shared with the whole group what it was going to take to hit these milestones and ultimately have her own shop, which her company was a part of or helped her to achieve. And it was only because of her effort. And I bring this up in this moment because I know an awful lot of guys that wouldn't have done the work that Jona did. I know an awful lot of people that wouldn't have done the work that Jona did. And I'm so endlessly proud of you. I always love to see people win. And when you shared what you would have to do, I said to myself, wow, that's going to be impressive when she hits it. And you hit it, and congratulations again. And I'll continue to say it because it's remarkable.
I so appreciate that. It is amazing to me. And at the end of the day, the reason that I get to sit here is the power of networking, right? I was in higher education and doing Pampered Chef, which I still love. My kitchen bears the, amazing results of my time there. But I learned about, a new opportunity because I was in a networking group, and because there was people there who said, I think that this could be you. And I was like, I don't see that. And I do. I love it every day. I was built for this, and I just am so blessed to get to hang out with amazing people. I'm always, you say I'm a fan of the show. It's because you guys have built an amazing opportunity to connect and to support this community. At the end of the day, that's what we all love.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you. And so I guess now the question is, so how do you currently collaborate? Like, what are the most fun things you do to collaborate on? And then maybe share an idea you've had together that hasn't seen the light of day. And, maybe in sharing it, you're not committing to it. But is there something you like that you'd love to do someday in the future?
Well, I would definitely say, so we also have a really strong women in business program.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It is. Oh, you don't have to know everything about everybody. It's all right. But we also have a really strong women in business program within the Northern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce. And so I would say we've done, the combined business after hours this year, which was great. And we can definitely look to potentially do that again next year. But I would love to see a combined event for the women in business, because both of our women in business members really love to get together and support each other. And I think that would be something that would be phenomenal for 2024. Absolutely.
Right now, though, we both are facing down fair season, so nothing's happening until October.
Fair season.
It's fair season.
Pharisees or something. I'm like, what? Fair season.
Southern Chamber will be set up at the Solanco Fair and at the Lampeter Fair. We love both of those events, and I know how big the presence of the fair is in Ephrata. So that is always a time to really connect and support our members. This is not just a chamber initiative, but also a place that our members are involved in. So there's a lot going on for us.
So that would be a great place for somebody. I'm sorry, Liz. That would be a great place for somebody who's maybe interested in membership. Not sure if it's for them. They could come visit at the fair and see what you're all about.
We actually don't set up at our fairs. I will be honest. Part of that just is because we have 2 staff people. So it's myself and Tara Zilling as member relations and events manager. And with the number of events that we have outside of, if you look at our events calendar, I think for September and October, we probably will have a combination of totaling 20 events for those 2 months minimally. So that is the only reason why, with the number of fairs we would have to be at because of our area, it would be a little too hectic. But yeah, you're starting to see we're popping up, and we still have some more things to get on there for September alone. We've got a couple big things coming. Our Women in Business, our brand new event that we have is that one. It's the inaugural Women in Business Leadership Luncheon, and we're super excited because our presenter for that is the overall president and CEO of WellSpan Health. And this is going to be one of the first times that Roxana actually comes and is going to be able to present in Lancaster County. And we're really honored to have her kicking that off for us. It's going to be at Woodcrest Retreat. And it's going to be a phenomenal event. So that's our big one. And then just random other stuff coming up for us. So we've got a lot where people.
Is the economic forecast breakfast coming? I've got that on my calendar.
Yes, the economic. So if I were to go over the big ones, it's the Women's Leadership Luncheon, and then we've got Chamberpalooza, and then we have our Professional Women's Forum in October, and then the economic forecast breakfast is also in October. And for that, we have our presenter returning from the Federal Reserve Bank out of Philadelphia. Rio Chishiro is going to be speaking at that. And so we've got a lot coming up over actually till the end of the year. It's going to be nonstop opportunities with our chamber. It's a great time. And I would say anybody that's interested in our chamber or the Southern Lancaster Chamber, just go onto our websites and reach out, because I know they get back to people right away, as do we. And we encourage individuals and businesses to come to one of our events to see what it's like, because we want to make sure that you feel welcome and that it is a good opportunity for you to be able to connect.
Yeah, that's
Very
true.
good.
All that's true.
All of it's true.
Thanks, Jona.
That's why we invite Liz along. We're like, yes, us also. We're with that.
I get the theme and can understand the topic of, the Women's in Business Leadership Luncheon. I can understand the theme of the economic forecast. But tell us a little bit about Chamberpalooza. Will there be special brownies?
I heard Chili Peppers are playing there too.
I would. Oh, geez, if I could get chili peppers, that'd be awesome. But I can't get the chili peppers. So Chamberpalooza is a very unique event that was created by the Northern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce and the Lebanon Valley Chamber of Commerce. And it is a 4-chamber networking event. So the 4 chambers, unfortunately, it's not Southern Lancaster, but the 4 chambers that are involved in that are the Lebanon Valley Chamber of Commerce, the Northern Lancaster County Chamber of Commerce, the Mount Joy Chamber of Commerce, and the Elizabethtown Area Chamber of Commerce. And that is going to be on September 14th, and it's at the Barn and Barrel, which is located at Mount Hope Estate and Winery. So it's a very, very nice networking opportunity for members only of those 4 chambers. And the way that we have it set up, it is an evening in the Barn and Barrel, and there is food and drink, and 230 attendees who are all there to be able to have stronger opportunities to connect. And it really highlights what's unique about chambers, because all of those businesses and individuals that are there are all members of their local chambers of commerce, and coming together to really talk about that and share who they are and what they do. And I am very proud I came up with the name Chamberpalooza. So that was all me.
I like it.
We thought so.
That's our membership meeting that's going to be at Barnstormers. We have like the alternate programming for that night.
Love it. Well, as we look to wrap up our time, I guess I would just say, or ask this: what what is the biggest piece of connection and member benefit that each person gets by joining your respective chambers? We'll let Jona answer that, and then Liz.
I really feel that the opportunity to connect with other businesses in a place where you can learn from them and gain support, it just is powerful to be able to talk to someone who understands what your life in business looks like. I think that sometimes it gets a different picture with your friends, your family certainly, but people who are walking that path with you is amazing to be able to work that operation together. And so at the chamber is where a lot of business gets done, but also a lot of information gets passed for other things. And so I run, my personal campaign, when we have different things where I know that business came through the chamber, we talk about hashtag it happened at the chamber, because that's where the people who are moving and shaking in the industry that's around us are operating.
Yeah. Very good.
I would definitely 100% agree with that. The other part that I would add is one thing that a lot of people don't necessarily recognize when it comes to Chamber of Commerce, and we definitely have this with our Chamber of Commerce, is the opportunity to be able to develop a network. So we have many members who will come to the Chamber of Commerce and they will just be looking to be able to connect with as many different people as possible to create a network so that when someone says to them, oh, I'm really having this issue and I don't know who to talk to, I've got the perfect person for that because they are a member of the chamber with me. I've gotten to know them. I trust them. Let me connect you. And so when we talk about, for us, making connections that matter, those connections don't necessarily mean coming to a meeting and you're going to walk away with all this business. It means making viable connections that will help you be able to do your job better, help your community to be able to thrive. And it might happen tomorrow, it might happen next week, and it may not happen for a year. But for a lot of our members, it's the ability to be able to come together, as Jona said, with like-minded individuals to share, to learn, to grow, but at the end of the day, to be able to connect our communities to be stronger and provide more opportunities for them to be successful. And that's the reason why for us as an organization, it's not just about businesses. It's about our 50 plus nonprofits who are members, who are really striving to hit those different areas of pressure within our communities. So for us, it's always going to be making connections that matter and really ensuring that the members feel the return on their investment, no matter where they are within our Chamber of Commerce.
I love that. Jeff and I were just talking this morning about, how things are more of a marathon, right? You're not just going to put something out there and immediately it's a success. And I love how you described how members can make deposits into the chamber, and then those deposits can be, can be rewards for other people in the chamber, and then eventually you will reap the rewards of all the other members knowing you, trusting you, recommending you, all of that. I love that.
I think too, sometimes people walk in and from the outside it looks like competition, but some of the most important chamber members to me are the ones who work in exactly my field or in a really adjacent field, because there's things that I don't cover in my business and I have quality individuals to refer them to who I know are also protecting my business, that aren't going to just outright take my clients, that they're going to help in the area that this client needs specific support in. And so that's one thing that's wonderful. And I don't think that it's hard to quantify the second level of support for your business. Absolutely. I think the best thing that, if I had no business, I think I would still show up at the chamber because the people are fantastic and I get to really be involved in what's happening in the community. We always have a forum in the fall from the superintendents or representatives from the school district, just to sort of get a pulse about what's happening there. It's well attended, members love it, and it really keeps us top of mind for community support and those interactions with schools.
Very cool. Very good. Very good. Love it. Love all that you're doing, ladies, for your respective chambers. Maybe the next time we have you back, we'll have a belt and we can have had a competition.
See, we're here for the tiara. Don't. There's no belt.
Okay, right. Yeah, there you go. See, anyhow. Well, I think
like if you just like come up with like it appears, at least to me, like a compliment competition, because like we could just basically talk about how wonderful the other one is, because that's really what's going on. So we just have to kind of top each other with. I think Jona's a fantastic networker and really, really supports the southern end, and we could just keep going from there.
For real.
You get a compliment, and you get a compliment, and you get a compliment. Love it. Well, we're going to do our connection cocktail. It's going to be a little twist on the regular connection cocktail. So we'll each ask you, we have 2 questions. We'll start out with Jona first, and then we'll go to Liz. So when you think of the Lancaster business community, what single word comes to mind and why? Should have like a do clock here.
We need like the isolation.
The Jeopardy.
I think really, especially in Lancaster County, it's one word: collaboration. I think that people here look to make the world better for all of us.
I like that.
Good word. Yeah,
I like that.
Liz, same question.
Underestimated.
Oh, interesting.
That's good.
I think people, it's twofold. Those outside of Lancaster County underestimate the impact of what we are and who we are and what we can do. But I also feel that sometimes our own community underestimates how impactful it can be and how much we bring to the table. So that would be the word I would say. That's
cool. Both of those words are fantastic descriptors for the things that go on in Lancaster County. I love it. Yeah, this is kind of a fun one. If you had to celebrate one holiday on repeat for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Who's going first?
Liz, you can go first on this one.
One holiday on repeat for the rest of my life. I think it would probably be Thanksgiving. I think Thanksgiving, because I love spending the time with my family, and you have the other traditions like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which, by the way, always starts with ribbon cutting. So therefore, yes, that would definitely be my holiday. Ribbon cutting and band. Yes, it would be Thanksgiving.
Not the turkey and everything else, the ribbon cutting.
Yeah, no, I love the turkey too. My mom makes a mean Thanksgiving Day turkey, but Thanksgiving definitely, because it is so important to always, just connect with each other and give back. So Thanksgiving for me.
That's cool. Jona?
I'm a Valentine's Day girl. I'm a red, sold out, all that. I send out Valentine's. I don't send out holiday cards to clients other than that. But I think that a day to focus on, how you've been blessed by the relationships in your life. And Valentine's Day is more than just romance to me. But I'm a Valentine fan. But my backup is definitely Thanksgiving, because it's like you get all the great food without the gift expectation.
I'm doing the Valentine's heart for you, John.
Aww.
With my busted
That's
up
one
hands.
thing that we didn't say is that we've done a bunch of, we've done a joint ribbon cutting, because we have members who were in both chambers. And so we did it together, which was super fun.
Yep.
Again, at the Barnstormers.
Right.
They're like the shadow guests today. Thanks, Mike.
Well, and he is my board president. So, and I didn't say that until just now. And he doesn't even know I'm doing this today.
All comes back to Mike. So if I could go off script, I have one follow-up or final
I'm sorry,
connection cocktail question.
We have to take that to a vote.
Is there a nervous meter? Is that what?
No. So, Jona, you have a wall art in the background of a bumblebee, I believe, with a crown.
A honeybee.
We
It's
learned
a honeybee, sir.
My apologies. Can you explain the honeybee and the significance of the honeybee? We learned something about each of you in the pre-show, and I want to just highlight that because I thought it was cool.
Well, at the end of the day, and I have a honeybee theme in the office for some things. I started out as the Pennsylvania Honey Queen and became American Honey Queen, and so I run a pretty thick there's a lot of great analogies there to make. It's a, female run operation. It's very collaborative. They have to work together. One honeybee on their own is not able to do near what they can when they amplify their efforts and work together. So I love that.
So are you queen bee? Is that the...
I'm going to get a license plate someday. Like, I feel like it really is more like a public service to just let you know.
Gotcha. And Liz, you have a similar story.
I do, yes. So I grew up on a dairy farm here in Lancaster County and served as the Lancaster County Dairy Princess, and then went on to hold the national title of the National Brown Swiss Ambassador. So that was the national youth representative for the Brown Swiss breed, which is the brown cows. For those who don't know, they're just like there's different breeds of dogs or different breeds of dairy cattle. So that was what I went on to do, and really cannot speak highly enough of the organizations, as they definitely help to develop youth and also their ability to be able to connect and really understand the impact of those specific agricultural industries on their local community and then nationally as well. So those experiences have definitely helped to shape the person that I am.
That's cool.
So when you
At
said
the end of the day, we're running chambers, but we're both commodity queens. That's it.
That's right. So when you said forget the championship belt and bring out the tiaras, we really we should have done this whole show in tiaras. We should have just done
I'm sure. I mean, we still have them. I have not with me. It's it, and a sash. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like technically speaking, I can bust that out pretty much at any time. I haven't yet, but I could.
We have parade wave. We have a lot of trainings we could offer.
Love it.
It's awesome.
Love it. You have the bless your heart saying, all that stuff. Yeah. Very good. Ladies, this has been a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, a lot of education for everybody watching. We've been putting up the various websites for each respective chamber. Obviously, if you're doing business countywide, probably makes sense for you to pay attention to both, maybe be a part of both. Try to get to some of those joint events. If being a part of both, it just isn't in the cards, but southernlancasterchamber.org is where you go to connect with the amazing Jona Green. Northernlancasterchamber.org is where you go for the equally as fabulous Liz Ackerman. And both of these wonderful ladies will help your business succeed, help you create connections that matter, and help you grow. So, ladies, thank you for your time. Really appreciate it today.
Thank you for the opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Have a great rest of the afternoon. All right.
All righty.
I'm glad Liz stuck it out till the end.
Yeah, no fire alarms this time.
That was not her fault, Liz.
Right, wasn't her fault. But yes, it was all very good. So if you'd like to be a guest on the show, I think we in our meeting we're all booked up through
almost October.
Maybe the end of October at this point, but that doesn't matter. We can still get you on the show. LancasterConnects.com/guest is the page to go directly. Also, something we've started new. It's kind of been quiet. We haven't talked about it too much because we had all the fanfare with the Bret Michaels concert tickets, which is this Saturday, the 26th at Hollywood Casino and Penn National Racecourse. So you still can get tickets to that concert if you would like to do so. But one thing that's on our website, if you go to LancasterConnects.com, you can click on a tab. It's up there in the menu bar. Share your news. So if you're a business that has something focused on helping the community, maybe you're doing an event where there's a community angle to it, you're out in the community helping, you're donating something, please do share that with us. Get it on there, and we'll read it off on the show. We'd love to do that. So if being on the show as an actual formal guest isn't your cup of tea, but getting your news on the show is, we'd love to be able to do that. That's right there on the screen. And we can certainly read that off for you. We'd love to bring more people into the platform, share our platform with you, and get that news out to the community. Give us a couple weeks, please. Don't just dump it on us, because we just want to make sure we give it enough time to get it out there. So be a guest, LancasterConnects.com guest. If you want to share your news, you can go to LancasterConnects.com and click the button there that says share your news. All right. Normally we do prizes on the show. We're going to take a little pause again. If you're a business that wants us to highlight you a little more intentionally, and you'd have maybe a gift basket to raffle off, something that our listeners and watchers would love, hit us up in the DMs for each channel you watch us on, or message us, and we'll talk about that. But we're going to get back to prizes definitely in September.
Yeah, don't worry. Nothing's happened to the Prizolator.
No, the Prizolator is still working.
Is still around.
It's in for maintenance with all of the. It needs its.
It's got to work out.
Needs its bearings lubed and replaced, and
Chris is hard at work with like a hammer and
all that stuff. Yeah,
nails putting it back together.
So it's there. My sleep better tip for you is I just did this actually in the camp trip. Is test out the various technologies available to you. You know, I see this in a lot of forums. People say, you know, I've tried this, I've tried that, and now I'm on to this. And I read it, and it's no wonder they're struggling, because all three of those things that they've tried out and have subsequently returned are three very unique, very different things. And had they visited a store, and that doesn't have to be our store, but had they had the opportunity to experience how memory foam feels, how natural latex feels, how a traditional innerspring feels, a hybrid, something that's air supported like number bed, maybe something natural organic, you know, understand these technologies and how they're going to work with your body. And no, trying it for 10 to 15 minutes in a store isn't exactly like sleeping on it. But if you absolutely don't like it in that first 5 minutes, you know, you're probably not going to like it all night long. And I bring this up because at the campsite, I just swapped out a memory foam mattress that I had in our main bedroom. And I put something else in there. And it just really reminded me that personally, I really just don't enjoy memory foam. That doesn't make it bad. We're a 20-year partner with Tempur-Pedic. That's a memory foam product. Our customers that love it, and we're happy to provide that experience for them and fit them to the right thing. But that's the key, fit. Finding that right fit. So we go over things like that and many more in our Sleep Better book, which you can get gardenersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better.
I like that you brought that up because, you know, we ask a lot of people, or they might offer when they come in and talk to us about a mattress. They're like, I hate memory foam. Well, have you slept on memory foam? No, I just hate it. What do you mean?
I've slept on it and I don't enjoy it.
Right. So yeah, you've had the experience of it. Yep. So cool. Testimonial time for Gardener's Mattress and More. Of course, Gardeners is the producer of this show. Lancaster Connects. We're here on Plaza Boulevard, right across from Park City Mall. And obviously our business is helping you wake up happy every morning. And Dale from Lancaster here, just within the past week, gave us a review. He is not yet waking up happy because he doesn't have his mattress yet, but he gave us a review.
Oh, I remember this one.
So he says, so far, it's a 5-star rating, talking about our service. He was in 3 times and dealt with very knowledgeable salespeople, no pressure, and we had quality mattresses. Sounds like a recipe for a future great night's sleep. He bought one on his 3rd trip to us, and he's waiting on delivery, and he's going to update after 30 days of sleeping on the mattress. So the reason I wanted to highlight that one, of course, Dale, thank you for your review there, but he did not buy on visit number 1. He did not buy on visit number 2. He referenced no pressure. We're not going to chase you down in the parking lot and, manager Ben and Jeff said we can get you a better deal if you buy today. No, it's not how we do it here at Gardener's Mattress and More. He was able to comfortably make his purchase on the 3rd visit. So he visited, got some information, began to trust us, trust the products, and found something that he's going to hopefully really enjoy. So,
right. Which fits with what I said about trying things out. You know, like we mean that. Come in and try things out. You're not going to be forced to buy a thing. We're not going to like put you in a chicken wing and make you say, Uncle. Just try things out. We're here and we're going to get our business. We're going to do our business. We're going to make our customers happy. Everybody's going to win. And you're going to be elated with this purchase because our goal, change the way you feel about mattress stores. And really, those 5-star reviews, we want that to be the best experience for anything you purchase at home. Not just against other mattress competitors. Anything you purchase at home. That's our mission and goal. And so
love it.
That's where I think is a good spot to end.
Yeah.
Labor Day's around the corner. Our Labor Day specials are up on our website, gardenersmattressandmore.com/sales. So all of our vendors have something to offer. Everything has some sort of Labor Day sale associated with it. So some sort of money savings event. And we are ready. So now's the time. come in, get your Labor Day sale now, and spend Labor Day Monday enjoying your friends and family and barbecues. We'd love to see you today.
Good stuff.
Yep.
Great show. Thank you to Jona. Thank you to Liz for being on.
Thank you to Chris for producing a great one as always.
Yeah. You called Chris amazing earlier. I don't know that was strong enough of an adjective. Dude is amazing.
Is that it?
Yeah.
The dude is amazing.
Dude is amazing. He's
right.
unbelievable. We threw him a curveball this morning. Knocked it out of the park.
Fixed it. Yep.
Home
run. Yeah, confetti. Confetti for Chris. On that note. All right. That's the show this week. We'll see you next week on Lancaster Connects. Take care, everybody.